make it out this qualifier number 2. There's going to be a couple of names that people recognize probably. Most people should know about Fun Kefal. He was number 1 on the leaderboard for a bit. Really adept Tinker player. He's not going to be able to get it this game. He got banned. First phase. It's one of the only players you will see that hero banned against first phase.
So I've seen a lot of people complaining about Wisp again. Is Wisp like back to being OP?
Wisp is insane.
So what did they change? What's so broken about Wisp now?
Okay, so in one patch, Wisp got changed so that it has the same move speed of the guy you tether. And that means if Wisp is tethered to anyone and Wisp gets slowed, Wisp doesn't get slowed because it just has the same move speed of the ally.
Oh, so it takes whichever one is greater, or
no? It takes the ally always.
Okay.
So you need to slow the ally in order to slow Wisp, but then Wisp can just break the tether,
and then
he's not slow.
Okay. That's crazy.
The spirits got buffed. They slow now when they hit heroes. They slow for 0.3 seconds. They dealt
the spirits slow.
They slow. The tether doesn't slow anymore. The spirits slow, which is way better. It's way more reliable.
Does the slow stack if you have like multiple spirits exploding, or?
They just each slow by 0.3 seconds whenever they break. So you can slow for 1.5 seconds in a row.
Okay.
It scales with levels. The spirit damage was increased, but recently Wisp got nerfed again by a bit, but is still considered an extremely strong hero. Obviously, the classic thing with Tether, the way lanes are played right now with 2-on-2, IO is extremely good at sustaining, because you just make sure you spread the damage between you, and you can just, you have twice as much regen in the lane, basically, by just having IO. Relocate is still as strong as always. And Tether was also changed to give... How was the old tether with movement speed? I don't remember. I think it gave 10%.
Yeah,
or something.
Gave some percentage increase.
It gives less now, I think, on the early levels. But once again, IO gets the target's move speed. And one of the nerfs IO got was lowered base movement speed, but that really doesn't matter if you're tethered to someone who's faster anyways. And as you can imagine, there's a couple of like really broken combos with IO. It's like IO Night Stalker at nighttime. IO just runs around at Night Stalker's move speed.
Yeah, so like perma-hasted, basically.
Yeah, IO with...
flying over trees and...
IO with... Oh, well, you can't fly
Night
over
Stalker
trees, though.
you can't fly anymore?
Oh, IO can't.
Oh.
A classic pub build that has been used in competitive as well was IO getting Helm of the Dominator, and you tether your Dominator creep because that has 400-something base move speed, and then both of them get faster, so you move at like 500 move speed with IO when you tether your Dom creep. So, well, it's banned.
Okay. It's banned.
It's gonna be banned pretty much every game until TI, unless it gets nerfed again, I think. But
so what do you know about these? Well, actually, which region are we in? Is this EU? CIS?
This is EU. These are EU teams.
These are EU teams.
Unchained, I know.
I didn't see many Cyrillic characters,
well.
so that was the way I was guessing as well.
I'd say if I were to face Unchained right now in a qualifier game, the #1 ban for me would be Chen, and they got it. This is Celery's clearly best hero. The playstyle that this team runs is very early mid-game heavy with fighting and pushing when they have this Chen. And
Oh
they
my
even got
God.
a Beastmaster.
This is a death ball.
Yeah, their lineup in this game is really, really good. They even get a Pugna against 3 int heroes here for the Radiant side, so looking at probably a relatively quick game here.
And this team is not very good against the push, it doesn't look like.
No. They have Zeus, but I think he's going to be a support or an offlaner. Either case will be having a way less good game than if he were mid. Yeah. Like I said, so obviously
they're in trouble.
Is this round 1 or round 2 of the Opens? Because this is early on.
Yeah, let's see.
What time is it in Europe right now? We're -9, so it is...
Isn't it +9?
Well, we are -9.
Oh, we're minus. Yeah.
So that is...
So it would
4
be
PM?
4:20. 4:21.
4:20? Let's go. Welcome to Cali, baby.
4:21, to be clear. I want to be precise here with my times. I am not encouraging that kind of behavior.
California love, baby.
California. I can't find any of these teams in the bracket because I guess they all have
they
abbreviations.
Have, exactly.
UNC1.
That is Unchained.
Oh, that is Unchained.
That should be Unchained. It's
so the winner of this plays Dodo Boys or Next G.
Okay, no idea who they are.
Where's Alliance? Where's Alliance? Let's see.
It's going to be a Luna last pick for the Radiant here. Their lineup looks very, very squishy except Doom. They don't really have a clear-cut way of initiating fights, and they will have to fight really early on in this game because Unchained have pretty ridiculous 5-man. Like you said, this is kind of reminiscent of old Death Ball stuff. Generally, teams don't really play like that anymore because there's not enough benefit in taking all the towers just for the sake
The
of taking
towers got nerfed, right? Like they don't give you as much when you take them down.
you get less reward. Obviously, towers are still very important to take for map control, but you don't get enough of a gold influx by just 5 manning down lanes. The experience loss isn't worth it.
So for those who don't know, like I'm basically a fossil here. So like I've been excavated. I was like put into cryogenic storage for about like a year. So all these questions I'm asking syndereN, like the Dota world has passed me by. So I'm just trying to play catch up.
You'll get there pretty quick when we get to watch some more games, especially when we get further into the opens and you.
How representative is this of like Dota now?
That's exactly what I was going to say. This Radiant lineup is not very representative. This Dire lineup is relatively representative. The first 3 picks of Unchained are very common picks right now.
Okay.
Pugna is a bit of a niche pick, and again, it's great this game because they're playing against triple ints, and it fits their pushing strat, so it's a really good pick here, but not that commonly seen. I think the hero is really good, and we'll be seeing more play. Got buffed multiple times since you were put into cryogenesis. So
it sounds cool when you say it like that, you know.
You'll find Pugna is a pretty strong hero in the right hands in the right game.
Would you go into cryogenic storage if you had the option, Sin? Like like Walt Disney, just kind of wait until they have the tech to, heal you, make you younger again. Let's say you had the money, How would you feel about that?
Well, when would I do it? Is the question.
Well, presumably you don't want to do it too early, right? Because if it turns out that they never invent the cryogenic storage, or you were frozen the wrong way, or
they failed the beta.
Yeah, then you just killed yourself early, right? So you don't. I guess you got to wait until pretty late, ideally.
I mean, I would consider it, I guess.
Yeah. But what if most people can't afford it, right? At least not right now. I guess it's gotten cheaper, or so I've read here or there. But all your loved ones, pretty much everyone you've ever known or loved or cared about, they're all going to be dead, most likely. Maybe 1 or 2 of them gets frozen. But your parents, your siblings, your friends, your dog. Well, the dog's definitely not going to make it.
It's like starting a new game, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Fallout when you come out of the vault.
I've never played Fallout, but it sounds cool, though.
Yeah. Are you excited for West Virginia?
I've never played Fallout, so I don't know.
You should.
I did actually read that that's going to be the setting of the new Fallout.
AC was very
He
excited.
was very
He made a rare tweet.
Yeah, he was like, I have also come out of cryogenesis for Fallout. Well, what I was going to say was when we get a bit further in today, maybe in 4 hours or so, when we get through some of these earlier bracket games, you're going to be able to decipher the meta relatively quickly.
Do I need to observe, or do I just?
You can do directed camera.
Do I just do directed here?
As you wish.
All right, I'm gonna let.
I would
the camera
love to see
do
your
it.
camera work, though. I'm pretty sure everybody wants
Shots
to see your
fired.
camera.
Pretty sure.
So yeah, in this game, very meta picks for the teams are Chen, Lesh, and Beastmaster, and for the other team, I would say Disruptor is very hot right now. Doom gets a decent amount of love. Luna has fallen off a little bit. It was a top pick a couple of weeks ago. Zeus is gaining popularity.
Is the Luna game still all about ancient stacks? It's more just a 5-man hero?
Definitely a part of it.
Okay.
You still play Luna in a similar way. She just got buffed, and she's very nice because of the dual lane meta right now.
Okay.
Being able to play Luna plus a ranged support with Lunar Blessing generally makes for pretty good laning. So she doesn't have the best partners in this game, though. Disruptor Luna is decent, but not fantastic.
Oh, they brought the chat whale back. That's right.
Yep.
But there's the new lines are the hot ones are the
Tagalog.
The Tagalog casters.
Oh,
yeah.
Tagalog, right? Yeah. They're great. They're really great. Those lines too.
They're expensive though. I've seen a lot of the Filipino players were upset because they couldn't afford them.
Did you know, by the way, that all of those Tagalog lines are from 30 seconds of a cast?
It's from that one cast. Yeah, I've seen the clip.
It's so good.
They go so apeshit.
That's such a great clip.
I think it's actually better than the Korean casters in the
TI8?
100-minute game with IG versus DK. I remember AC wishing Roshan happy birthday and stuff at Benaroya Hall. That was the Burning Lone Druid. He had
50,000 net worth and then he lost.
BKB on the bear and all kinds of.
Had refresher on the bear and stuff. I think even he had 6 slots.
This Disruptor is not looking so hot. And directed cam letting me down.
Oh, we got to see a little bit of Invoker mid. So correct me if I'm wrong. You're actually a great reference for this. I think directed camera used to be a lot more accurate than it is right now. I think stuff like this would not happen a year ago. It would always find these
It was
kills.
always. I mean, it did
honestly
show
really
me the moment the body hit the floor, but it was like ignoring the whole part where the Juggernaut was spinning on him. So
Yeah.
it used to be a little better than that, I would say. Sometimes I would get confused if there was like 3 kills happening at once.
Yeah, well, that's
but,
rough.
you know,
That's hard for anyone, really.
yeah.
to
Except Pimp Buckle God.
just do a triple split screen in the middle of the fight.
Yeah, that German efficiency. Well, I'll type you in Twitch chat. That's the crazy part. He's always in chat at the same time.
Maybe he's like a neural network. Luna's in trouble. This is definitely a death. So the way people mostly play Chen right now is exactly this way. You play dual lane off lane with a strong
Like
with
melee, tower
melee
diver usually.
melee strength hero, so you can just snowball the lane, take advantage of this ridiculous early power spike you have with Chen plus this tanky hero that can go in first. And something I'm not sure you're completely up to date with was the changes that they made to attributes. I'm not sure if you followed that. That was a big change.
Oh, that change. Well, didn't they like? Did they change it because like strength would give you the what is it, status resistance and?
So they changed the basic values, right? Like how much HP you get from strength, how much agility, how much armor you get from agility, how much mana you get from int. They changed that, and then based on your primary stat, you get a bonus.
Okay.
You get more out of it, but previously, until it got changed again, yes, strength was giving status resistance and int was giving magic resistance. All of those like secondary benefits were removed.
And agility gave you move speed, right?
Yes, and then, well, it still does.
Okay.
But it was, wait, what was it agility gave? Gave something else, right? Am I missing
Well, it's always giving you armor and damage if you're an agility hero, I guess. But
wait, so something is, I'm missing something here. I think something is confusing me.
well, this you're not. We're not missing much with the directed cam. It's actually been okay in the bottom lane.
What was the secondary benefit of agility?
Move speed?
Because right now, the primary, like the secondary benefit of strength is magic resist, the secondary benefit of agility is move speed, and the secondary benefit of int is spell amp, which it has been for a while. Nice
Nice
usage
shot
there.
there.
It was very close to dying. Because what I do know is, so strength used to give,
Chad is saying move speed and attack speed.
yeah, so I guess the agility just wasn't changed, and it was the
Yeah.
other two. So strength used to give status resistance, and now it gives magic resist, and int used to give magic resistance, now it only gives spell amp.
Okay. Okay.
And now agility just gives move
yeah,
speed.
status resistance seemed a little too
It
broken.
was insane.
Yeah.
And then what they have done is you have your primary attribute, and in your primary attribute you get a 25% bonus. So int heroes get more out of int than agility heroes do.
Okay.
They get more mana, they get more spell amp, and they get more mana regen.
Oh, I see.
And then of course you get the damage bonus, right?
God, this bottom lane is a disaster. Now they've got 3 heroes there. They're still losing Disruptor. The Chen army just continuing
Counts
to
for
do
2
work.
heroes pretty much.
Yeah,
That's
it's
Chen
like a
for you.
tri-lane bottom while they're still got 4 heroes elsewhere.
And something to keep in mind, what has basically happened with the game is that it's relatively rarely useful to play, oh nice kill mid, to play a tri-lane. What ends up happening is when the teams are playing 2 versus 3 in one lane and 2 versus 1 in the other lane, because of how powerful denies are in this patch, when you're playing 2-on-1, if you can zone the opponent out of the lane and deny all creeps, he is screwed. And it's very difficult to do the same with 3 versus 2, because the 2 that are there can still try to play together around getting CS. They can maybe still play a pull or whatnot. I've got a kill on
So that was like that's why Sumail's made his comeback to mid, right? Because denies are like more worthwhile now. Dominating your lane actually matters again.
And mid is pretty much always one-on-one now.
And,
this
well,
very rarely support interference very early on. They generally come and gank at nighttime like this. Disruptor is toast.
Yeah, it's not looking great right now for NL. What should they be doing here?
Are they called NL? It's
Are
one
they
of their
NL?
players is called
Oh,
NL.
I'm sorry. That's just one of their
Or
guys.
They might be, I don't
It's
know.
not looking good for NL anyway. NL Vilgefortz.
Oh, good shrine usage, but here comes Chen. Yeah, what do they do? That's a good question. I think they redo the draft. Oh, he missed the stun.
That's okay.
On
Chen Daddy
Splitter.
got you covered.
Yeah, Chen's coming with the whole army. If he gets his big golem killed here, he might actually be able to kill Zeus.
Is the Blightstone a common pickup
Yes.
on Chen now?
Very, very common. It's probably the starting item on Chen. So again, if you think of the logic, especially this game, he's playing with Beastmaster, right? So he lowers their armor, and then wild axes are physical damage. So you amplify that.
It doesn't
but
work on towers, right? It's only Desolator, or does
Lightstone
it?
works in towers.
Oh, it does work on
It does
towers.
work on
Okay.
towers. So it's really useful for Chen to have this item, just because it obviously amplifies the damage of his entire army. It's very common for Chen's right now. Nice Sunstrike to to go Medallion first item, enables your team to take Roshan. In a lineup like this, it obviously makes a lot of sense to do that. And just for the 2 versus 2 laning meta, right? Like having this Blightstone increases the damage of your lane partner, and it helps your creeps, so it just makes your laning that much more powerful. I would say for Chen, you should almost always start with Blightstone or Orb, whichever you like better in the game.
Uh-oh.
And, oh, there's a sentry. He's dead.
Nice.
Well, they're bringing in a lot of help for this. They're killing one support with basically a 4-hero rotation. Oh, they did get him. That was close.
I tried to heal him.
Barely survived.
Pugna ult.
Or barely died, rather.
Oh, they've taken, what, all 3 outer towers now.
Yep.
Map's starting to feel a little constricted for the Radiant squad here.
This is looking like a 15-minute game right now. Not quite
Oh,
sure.
the sandbag place. Look at that.
Oh, Chen's in trouble. Chen's dead. He got the job done, though.
Or is he? Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, good split earth. There is a clap as well. That should be killing nice.
Oh, the long-range axes. Slash strike living up to the name there, and here comes the backstab. Oh, there's a juggernaut in this game. Kind of forgot about that for a little while.
Yep. That's a team wipe.
Oh, that's painful.
And so one thing I can tell you that you probably remember is the good old 1k GPM advantage for 1 team per minute.
That's a good mark of a stomp.
It's a mark of a game that cannot really be lost. I don't think I've ever seen a game where a team is 1k gold per minute ahead of minute 10. I don't think I've ever seen a team lose.
Okay.
So
So
Dire's win rate right now is pretty
like
high.
over 100%.
The win probability, according to Dota Plus, is currently 75, which is very inaccurate. This should be closer to like.
Oh, where do I
95.
get? Oh, I don't have Dota Plus.
You need Dota Plus for that graph.
Oh, I can't get that.
It's
graph.
relatively useless, so you're in the clear here.
Yeah, sorry,
So
guys.
that all right, good game.
If you really want the Dota Plus graph, we'll make Sind observe. GG.
Please give us the win percentage graph. It's all we care about. Want to know what team to bet
Dota
on.
Plus is like it's gotten like no love, right? Because all the effort, I guess, has gone to the compendium.
As of late, there hasn't really been.
I've seen
more
some
controversy.
disgruntlement on Reddit about Dota Plus.
I'm sure Dota Plus will be getting some love later on. It's a subscription, right? They'll be. Oh no, he missed the combo on Invoker. I still did.
The tornado purges the sendback, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you're not totally out of it.
Yeah.
That didn't exist a couple of years back, actually. You couldn't purge sendback.
Really? Oh, like back in like the
I think
puppy Dendy Fountain Hook era, or
yeah, even
how far back?
I think a couple of years later, you also couldn't purge it. I think it
back
was,
when I still had hair, or like
Yeah. Oh, I don't remember that anymore.
no one does, not even my parents.
No, they changed the. I'm pretty sure they changed it to be impurgeable at some point.
Okay.
But I feel like that's 2 or 3 years ago. It might be more. But
So
yeah.
did they GG'd or?
they wrote good game, and then
if
Funky Falls team wrote good game. And then,
oh, he chat wheeled good game.
yeah, that's
not the same as a typed GG, I guess.
I
That's
think
like
when
a fake GG.
When you chat wheel good game in a private lobby, I think the 10-second countdown to forfeiting starts actually. But I think they were.
We've
trying
had
to
some
fake it.
we've had some sportsmanship issues or allegations anyway so far this qualifiers.
I think issues is fair to say.
Of course, coming primarily from the Americas, South America, I believe in particular. I'm trying to remember where the other ones happened. Was there something in SCA? No, there was good manners from TNC, because someone used the Wildkin Tornado, and then rather than try and get a forfeit, they just said stop using the Tornado.
Yeah.
And then they fixed the bug, but then someone else
There was a weird ruling in a Chinese game where they
reported
got
them.
def loss for using it after the bug was fixed.
That's right.
But then that got reversed, and they got the win out of the game.
And the team was like, no mercy, we're taking our free forfeit win if we can get it. You know,
Screw you, I
kids
got mine.
these days, they'll just do whatever it takes for a win.
Yeah, it's kids, man.
Back when you were a player,
yeah.
like last month.
Like 2 weeks ago.
It just wasn't happening. Like they're still fighting on, though.
Yeah, I'm not
Their
quite
base
sure.
defense is pretty awful. They have, like, very little wave clear.
Oh, that's a dead
A lot of
disruptor.
feed.
That's a dead tower.
Yeah.
So I did say 15 minutes. That might have been a bit ambitious for the Radiant here. This is looking more like a 12-minute game, perhaps.
This is a 1,200 gold per minute
Well,
advantage
Invoker
or so.
did hit a bit of his combo there, somewhat. Sent back for mana. It's going to TP back out. They're just going to keep deathballing this until it's over.
Gotcha.
Radiant can't really...
Pugna's got the Aether Lens. I mean, this gives you time to maybe grab some food before your next match.
I'm quickly
That's
having
some
a look.
good thinking there by Unchained.
I'm having a look across the other games that are going on right now to see.
Okay.
Okay, so I think this team that we found that was called the Brestomans is not the actual the Brestomans, because there is a team called that that's good, and this team is getting destroyed by Horizon.
There's a lot of frauds in these qualifiers. We had 4 Lions, not to be confused with Alliance with an A. It's throwing me off. I mean, if you're here, you're getting L Deep, not to be confused with the real LD. Lyrical Dota. Another fraud.
Will the real LD please stand up?
This is a cheap imitation of an actual knowledgeable Dota 2 caster. But I can say one thing with complete confidence. Unchained are winning this game.
Let's see what Dota Plus thinks. 100%, David. We're at 100% minute 11.
Oh, 4 Lions is actually Alliance, apparently.
Oh, it is?
Oh, it is Alliance. All right. So I'm the fraud. Says Mongoloid. Well, he didn't call me a fraud. I'm calling myself a fraud. Damn, dude, that's some shenanigans.
Some shenanigans right there.
What is the 4 supposed to represent?
I guess Alliance is just taking.
You know, I liked having ASCII number replacement for letters in my name when I was like 13 years old, playing retail Counter-Strike.
The new Alliance team are actually
It was
pretty
cool
young.
back then.
They're pretty young.
I guess it's making a comeback.
Yeah.
It's retro. It's like bell bottoms. They'll be back any day now. Or so my mom thinks. She still wears
Changing
them.
my nickname to have 3s instead of E's. And a 5
random caps, though. The random caps are important.
5 instead of S2.
Those show that your shift key works.
Right.
Or is broken.
Chen actually tried to eat the meteor, but he couldn't die from it. So it was worth a try, though. All right, Radiant, what's the play here? GG is only 1 button away.
That's a
the
meteor
G button.
hammer, right? Meteor hammer.
That is meteor hammer.
This is... People call this the meme hammer. Is that's because it's really bad, or is it good again?
I think it's...
It got buffed, right?
Yeah, it's good in some situations. It used to be really stupidly bad pretty much when it got released, but it has applications. It's good at finishing games that are completely over. It just accelerates because you deal a lot of damage and stun the tower.
And it completely humiliates your opponents, or I guess less so now?
Yeah, less so now.
Okay.
Nice buyback. Got a kill on Jugger. These Nether Blasts are hurting, man. Damn. Let me tell you. Okay, Chen is manning up against 5 heroes, and he's winning. Okay.
How taut is the rubber band in this version? Like, if you just throw bodies at their throne and they get like 5-6 kills, is that like a 20k gold swing or something crazy?
No. It's not that insane anymore.
Okay.
You still get a really decent amount. Like, there is rubber band, but the values were tweaked a lot. So you still get more by being behind, both in gold and XP.
Okay.
But the amounts are so much less.
I want to go back in cryogenic storage. See what happens in a couple years.
I want to go back cryogenic storage. This Dota sucks, man. I want the rubber band back.
This game is entertaining. I'm enjoying it. They're just brawling mid, you know, throwing bodies at each other. It's like some WWE. It reminds me of the video Slacks made for the hub a couple years ago.
It's like
did you get in that one?
It's like watching Federer play my brother at tennis or something.
You know, Federer is still really good, actually.
Yes. That's what I meant.
I thought
My
he
brother
was
is
near
not-
retirement like 8 years ago.
Yeah, you would have thought, maybe. Well, how old is he now?
He's not that old.
He's in the 30s, right?
I think he's like mid-30s.
Yeah.
But it's more... He's been at the top for like, what, 15 years almost? Or
He has been...
since his early to mid-20s, yeah.
He's pretty exceptional. All right, I think this is a real GG call, but the timer doesn't get to run down. Nice. Okay, 15 minutes, David. It was pretty close. 14:47.
All right.
10 seconds off. I'll take it.
I can't really go offline, guys, because I'm kind of following Synd into games. I'll turn it off in between, I guess.
Wait, so what are they seeing from your friends?
The
That actually is showing?
yeah
So they're not doing window capture, they're doing game capture.
Yeah.
Maybe XSplit doesn't have that option, because when you do game capture in OBS, the Steam overlay does not get captured at all. But if it's doing window captured on just your
mouse.
monitor, it should show everything you see on the monitor.
Okay.
So I guess maybe they're doing window capture.
We
There's
are
probably a good
we are
reason.
not OBS master race here, I guess.
Well, you use OBS on other things, I think. There's probably a reason they're using window capture if they are. So let's just keep it as it is. Let's not mess with all of Rob's preparations. We're just here to break the setup.
He's
as best as
sleeping, dude. He's watching the back of his eyelids. We can do whatever.
possible. Did he
we
go to
want.
sleep now?
How do I go back to the list? watch.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see what we can find here. So